The Minneapolis police chief just wrapped up a news conference with a lot of new information for us.
A lot of information here, Leah and Paul, and it's kind of a convoluted story, so excuse me as we walk through this, and this is still very fresh information here. The chief, though, calling this a tragic sequence of events. Not only did 2 people die, innocent bystanders, we also know that there was a child about 5 or 6 years old who was also in that vehicle with those 2 adults. The good news out of that, they are at the hospital right now, but they are expected to survive. They do have what the chief described as non-life-threatening injuries. I'm going to give you a show of just what the scene looks like here. You can see this blue car on the tow truck here. That is the victim's car. It is a mangled mess. Before it was on the tow truck there, it was kind of almost wrapped around the stoplight right there on the corner. Again, we're on the intersection here of Olson Memorial Highway and North Penn Avenue. We can show you some other video from the scene, both from chopper and here from the ground. Again, convoluted story here, so try and stay with me. The chief saying this all started in South Minneapolis about 8 o'clock this morning on Lake Street. Officers responding to several calls about a person with a gun. That car eventually, or soon after, getting upgraded to a carjacking call. That suspect crashed the vehicle that he was in, a maroon SUV, after driving erratically and dangerously. The police saying that once he did crash that SUV, he pulled a handgun and tried to carjack somebody who was at a stoplight. That victim, though, drove off, was not able to steal that victim's car. Police say that suspect, though, he then pulled a gun on another woman in a black Volkswagen, took her car, and the suspect was firing shots, according to police, as he fled in that black Volkswagen stolen car. More calls came in, police saying that Volkswagen was again driving recklessly through downtown. Police tracked that vehicle down in North Minneapolis, and about 8:30, Minneapolis police say that they did initiate a pursuit. 3 minutes after that pursuit was initiated, that suspect crashed into that innocent vehicle, killing 2 adults and injuring that 5 or 6-year-old child. Police not able to provide if that child is a boy or a girl, and just giving us an approximate age. Again, the good news in this, that child has suffered non-life-threatening injuries. They are at the hospital right now, but are expected to survive. The suspect also in the hospital right now with non-life-threatening injuries. Not sure of the relationship between the adults and the child. Again, though, that is the good news out of this. This child is expected to survive. Also, a big question here, Leah and Paul, is pursuits. The pursuit policy that Minneapolis police has. And that's something that the chief just talked about. He says that they've come under fire recently about their pursuit policies, and with all of these smash and grabs that we've seen for a couple weeks now here, where hundreds of cars are getting their windows smashed and leaving all of these neighbors, also innocent neighbors, with picking up the pieces and wanting answers. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara says this is why what he calls a stringent pursuit policy is in place with his department for things like this. He says he does not want tragic situations like this happening. And he went on to talk more about their pursuit policy, but he also did say that what happened here will again be under investigation. Did the officers involved in this follow the department's pursuit policy? But overall, he says what happened here looks like it did, as this was a violent individual that needed to get off the streets. We'll check back in with you at noon, Leah and Paul. Again, a very convoluted story, another tragic situation here in Minneapolis. The chief commenting that it's really been hard for his officers, as this now marks 8 days of violence that his officers have gone through, from shooting after shooting to the tragedy that happened at Annunciation School, to now here more innocent bystanders killed in this crash here in North Minneapolis. Leah, Paul.